Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Schmoes Show here on WOCR 891 The One. I'm Mr. Ryan.
I'm Cairo.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Back to our
Fiverr
Fiverr
Mr.
special.
Ryan.
What?
You should turn the volume down on your laptop.
I'm only doing this so I can start the recording at a proper time.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't think it's being picked up by the mics, but I hope it's not.
It's being picked up by my earballs.
Your earballs?
My earballs.
We're doing this again?
Yes, we are. Deal with it.
No.
Fine. I can hear it. And that's pretty much
now
all
you
I can
can't
say.
anymore.
Very true.
Yes. I want to get a pair of headphones for this thing so I can do that a little smoother.
Mm-hmm.
But, unfortunately, can't really do that.
No.
No.
Afraid not.
So, what's the news up to?
Hey, there's some weird stuff out there. There's some funny stuff, but the big thing right now, two big things. Apparently, a world golf champion, amateur champion, Celia Barquin Arizamina, who won the European Amateur Championship in July, was murdered in Iowa by a homeless man. So,
That's sad.
it is sad. Sort of just a random violent act, as far as they can tell. They arrested the guy, and they don't really know what happened yet, or why it happened. Just what and who.
You make me sad, Cairo. Here I was all like on a high from our Fiverr shenanigans, but now...
That's not even the worst one, though.
Oh, no!
So, the real dirty part is there is a U.S. Surgeon and his girlfriend have been arrested on 2 counts of rape. When they arrested them, they went through their phone and found over 1,000 videos of other potential victims.
I'm going to go throw up now.
So it seems that this couple used their medical expertise and as the investigators are putting it, they believe that they used their, normal looking appearance, their, pretty California faces to lure people in who would be otherwise unsuspecting, and then date raped them, basically.
That's disgusting.
Mm-hmm. They were arrested for 2 sexual assaults as well as possession of GHB.
Oh, no.
So, yeah.
Well, Cairo, you made me sad now. Thanks for reminding me I belong to the same animal kingdom as these, freaks.
And less sad news now. Still kind of just crappy, but not sad. Yesterday, Trump issued $200 billion in new tariffs against China. China has issued $60 billion in tariffs back at the U.S., unsurprisingly. It's all just a ridiculous situation.
You think?
Yeah.
What are they even trying to do at this point?
I honestly have no idea. It doesn't make sense.
It really doesn't. It's like the Russian-American, space race, except there's nothing cool at the end.
Yeah.
You know what's at the end? More debt!
Taxes.
Yeah.
Like what? Why? I don't get it. There was actually a pretty amusing piece of news. Let me see if I can find this. I told you about this earlier. The Lithuanian Walmarts.
Oh, yeah.
It's just so random. So in Lithuania, specifically Lithuania, Walmart stores are apparently being ordered by the government to no longer stop any clothing or apparel that features Soviet imagery on it. Specifically the hammer and sickle.
So sad that we can't go to our favorite capitalistic hotspot and buy our ode to communism.
Mm-hmm. Apparently on Walmart's websites, these items are listed as cool for prices of pretty cheap, $18 to $30. So
but
yeah,
Jackson, Cairo, you get 1. You get to call me by my real name once.
I have like 5 stocked up at this point. Are you kidding me?
You see, people, when we hang out in our place,
Yes.
it's pretty much an extended, less censored Schmoes show.
Pretty much.
And because of that, I have a hard time flipping back and forth at times. Because this is just how our conversations go.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
Yeah. So I apologize when I call him by his real name. But for like a matter of fact, he was going by his real name here for how many years? Like 2?
Less than 1.
Less than 1?
Less than 1. Yep.
Watch my...
By the end of my first year, I had my my pseudonym.
Chiral?
Yes.
I just remember you unveiling it during the show, and we didn't start that until our sophomore year. Oh, well. Oh, well. What?
There's apparently a debate going on whether or not Bert and Ernie are gay.
They are.
They are not. Okay, well, it depends who you ask.
Okay.
So, one of the original writers of the show, Mark Saltzman, said that it was based on his relationship with film editor Arnold Glassman, making the implication that Bert and Ernie were gay in a gay relationship.
Okay.
However, Sesame Workshop issued the following statement. As we have always said, apparently this comes up pretty frequently, Bert and Ernie are best friends. They were created to teach preschoolers that people can be good friends with those who are different from themselves. Even though they are identified as male characters and possess many human traits and characteristics, as most Sesame Street Muppets do, they remain puppets and do not have a sexual orientation.
You know, they're not wrong. They're not... I'm not even going to fight that. They're right. But thanks for ruining the fun for everybody. Where did you sit on the Bert and Ernie gay scale, Chiral?
I honestly never considered it.
Really?
Yeah, I just assumed that they were close friends, but I haven't seen that much Sesame Street to have a good basis.
Where were you during the Sesame Street Season 5 finale when Bert had to take Ernie to rehab and they went through the tunnel, and because of the foreshadowing, you all think Bert committed suicide that season? Where were you?
Apparently not in the right place. You weren't even alive in Season 5. Get out of here.
Doesn't mean I didn't watch it, son.
Episode... Here we go.
Oh my gosh, are you actually trying to find the real episode?
It actually involves Ernie and Bert.
Ha! By the way, I'm wondering how many people actually got that BoJack Horseman reference.
Bert complains when a big letter H appears on the screen, so Ernie turns off the set, unplugs it, and takes a bunch of H objects out of the TV, including a hat, a house, and a hamster. When he plugs it back in, a big letter I appears on the screen.
Oh no!
Dun dun dun. Ooh, episode 666. What happens in episode 666?
Now is this season 66, episode 6?
Season 6, episode 1, I believe.
Okay.
So, it does start with the count. I'll give them that.
They knew what they were doing. 666. Number of the beast.
Interesting.
What?
Not much. It's all about the letter E.
For evil! You fool.
Anyways.
Yo.
What else do we have? Oh, so I was reading this Rotten Tomatoes article here.
Okay.
About all of Nicolas Cage's movies ranked by their Rotten Tomatoes ranking.
Oh, yes, you were talking about that.
The last movie, the worst, is actually... it surprised me. Didn't expect it. I expected the second worst one to be in the worst spot.
Okay.
So the second worst one is Left Behind.
No surprise.
Yeah, it's a terrible movie. It's
Christian propaganda.
Very much so, and
Not saying I'm against Christians, I'm just against propaganda.
It's just bad. It's even bad propaganda at that.
It's not reefer madness levels.
At least good propaganda is entertaining in its propagandiness.
I mean, have you seen Birth of a Nation?
But the worst one is actually Deadfall.
What?
I have not heard of this movie before.
No.
It came out in 1993.
Okay.
Available streaming now. Yeah, I don't know. It looks like Cage plays a minor character in it. But So there's no like consensus. Watchable only for camp value. Unpersuasive and shallow. And Montreal Film Journal raves, "Oh man, this is so bad."
Great.
This film is awful. I mean, Wicker Man awful. This dreadful piece of incompetent filmmaking earns its place right beside Battlefield Earth and Giggly. Populated with stars like Michael Biehn, Charlie Sheen, James Coburn, Nicolas Cage, Peter Fonda, and directed by Francis Ford Coppola's nephew, Christopher Coppola, Deadfall is a film noir with a plot that you can't possibly care about, scenes that add nothing to the story, and dialogue that tries really hard to mimic dialogue of films from the 40s, but ultimately is delivered by actors who look like they're reading from cue cards hidden behind the camera. There are ultimately two rewarding scenes, both of them involving Nicolas Cage overreacting to the extreme.
Thank you, Nick.
Doing a service to our great country.
Isn't he?
So, there's two questions that I then have about this list.
Okay.
My first is, what is the lowest rated movie that I recognize even?
National
Or
Treasure?
the lowest one that I've seen, I'll put it that way.
Okay, there you go. What you got?
G-Force.
Oh, he was in that.
Yeah, he was. Really, Gone in 60 Seconds is that low? 25%. I get that it's kind of ironically good in its campiness.
Okay.
But I always remember enjoying watching it whenever I've watched it.
I've never.
Just as a fun movie.
Okay.
It's on TV quite a lot, I've noticed. Ghost Rider. That's not surprising.
Ghost Rider 2 is better.
There's already a Ghost Rider I skipped over. Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance.
No!
What else we got? Any juicy pieces? Knowing. I have seen Knowing.
Isn't that the one where the movie where they know where all these disasters are going to occur and they try to stop them?
Yes. It was weird.
Okay.
It was like, let me look at some of the reviews here. Yeah, it was just weird from what I remember. Like, it sounded interesting. I think I actually saw it in theaters, sadly. When I was this is like 2009, so I would have been fairly young at that point, 9 years ago.
Okay.
But yeah, it wasn't good. It wasn't awful, though. National Treasure, Book of Secrets.
Ooh.
First National Treasure on the list, though. The Sorcerer's Apprentice. I
Bad.
forgot about that one. OG National Treasure.
Wait, would you say The Sorcerer's Apprentice was that first ever time Disney tried making a live-action remake of one of their animated films?
Probably, actually.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. So, actual National Treasure is at 43 on the list.
Mm-hmm.
There's... Spoiler alert, there's 81 Nicolas Cage movies.
Oh, jeez.
He was an Astro Boy?
Yeah, he was.
I forgot about
the
that.
Dad.
Oh, yeah, and Kristen Bell. And Nathan Lane?
You know, I actually really
What?
enjoyed that Astro Boy movie.
I haven't seen it. It sounds like it's got a solid cast, though. I could see Nathan Lane being the villain here.
It was, I remember I watched it twice in the same day. I was pretty happy both ways.
Con Air. Number 38. So, do you have any guesses as to what the first place ones are going to be? Well, we'll skip ahead here to the top 5.
Well, you
I
already
think
said
that's
all my
fair.
favorite Nicolas Cage movies, so...
I know, I wouldn't expect any of these.
Wicker Man?
That's pretty low on the list.
Face Off?
That's actually pretty high on the list.
Okay.
Okay, so number 5, 1987, Raising Arizona.
Oh, yeah, he was in that.
Yep, I haven't seen that. I haven't even heard of it, but...
I've heard of it.
Number 4 is Face Off, 1997, 92%.
Damn
Number
straight.
3, I'm going to go to top 3 here, folks. Viewers at home, listeners at home, players of this fabulous game we have at home, keep your answers ready.
Is this really a game at this point?
It kind of is.
Kind of just like kicking down like trash and be like, oh, what's this? What's this? What's this?
So number 3 is Moonstruck.
Okay.
Actually a really good movie.
I've never seen it.
It's just a fun movie.
Okay.
Sort of a romantic comedy from 1987. He had a really good year in 1987. Like,
That's not spoiler for all the other books. Not books.
2
movies.
of his top 5 movies were in 1987. That's surprising. So, okay, number 2. This one is actually kind of surprising. So, when did this come out? This is just coming out in theaters last week.
Okay.
Mandy. I don't even remember us talking about this on the show last week.
We did not.
But he is in it as the lead, and it's got a 93% right now. It is so far his second best film of all time.
Wow.
It is not rated. Action, adventure, mystery, suspense. Very short synopsis. I like that. Pacific Northwest, 1983 AD. Why would you have AD? Outsiders
AD.
Red Miller and Mandy Bloom lead a loving and peaceful existence. When their pine-scented haven is savagely destroyed by a cult led by the satanic Jeremiah Sand, Red, played by Nicolas Cage, is catapulted into a phantasmagoric...
What?
Phantasmagoric journey filled with bloody vengeance and laced with fire.
Okay.
What? Okay, this movie's imagery is consistently unearthly. Its pacing has a magisterial weight. Call it Pulp Tarkovsky, maybe. This is apparently doing quite well. In terms of the reviews, it's 97 out of 104 positive.
That's pretty good.
7.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
Where would you even see this? Is it? It must be. No, it must be super limited release.
Yeah.
So it's on iTunes, Fandango, and Vudu right now, and it must be on most streaming services come October 30th.
That would explain why we went off our radar.
Yeah. That was a surprise one for me. And his number one is Red Rock West.
I haven't seen that either.
I haven't either. So, yeah.
The idea of a good Nicolas Cage movie, like
in the 2000s,
yeah,
especially in the recent 2000s, is shocking.
Of course. What the hell, man?
He was in Teen Titans Go to the Movies. Apparently.
I don't want to think about that. Thank you very much.
It's got like a 90%.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, he was Superman in it.
Now I'll tell you here, I can't even do a good Nicolas Cage. I'm not even going to try that.
So, he just does so many movies, I feel like it's impossible to keep track of them all.
Isn't it?
Yeah. I guess he must run on the principle, if you do enough, you're bound to have a hit eventually.
Well, he did.
He did. He's had a couple.
Wicker Man is a cinematic masterpiece.
Okay.
What?
His worst movie is actually somehow rated lower than Wicker Man.
What is it?
The one I mentioned before. Wicker Man is, let me see here. I just saw it. It's actually not the worst, even close to the worst. 15%. Choose number 68.
Wow.
Yeah.
That
means he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 movies worse than The Wicker Man. Let that one sink in.
He should really only have 80 movies worse than Wicker Man.
Only.
Wicker Man is an amazing film that tells us women cannot be trusted.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to get, like, everybody, this is just a character I'm playing now. Please don't kill me. Don't kill me! Connor, I'm going to hide under the desk. Just in case anybody decides to come take my life.
Mm-hmm.
I think I went too far this time in character.
So looking at releases for this week, there's actually a couple.
Okay.
More than one or two. I think there's 3 this week.
Ooh.
Of interest.
That's 3 more than we usually get this time of year.
I know, right? So, first one is, this was actually kind of a Michigan movie, The House with a Clock in Its Walls.
Yeah, that's...
It's based on, is that Jack Black?
That's Jack Black.
What?
Yep, he's back.
No.
Jack Black.
What did they do to his
Jack
face?
Back.
It looks like Jack Black, but if Jack Black got stung by a lot of bees.
So Jack Black.
But puffier somehow.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
Yeah, he just looks puffy and...
It looks like he's wearing like extra 5 pounds of like, not like weight, but face makeup.
Yeah.
Like, oh... You know how contours are supposed to make you look thinner?
Yeah.
That's like the opposite of a contour.
Yeah, it's just...
Because it looks super artificial, and I know that's not how Jack Black looks.
No, everyone knows how Jack Black's face is.
Yeah.
Everyone. But...
He looks like a disappointed Italian father.
So this is the movie based on, the adaptation, I guess would be the appropriate one, of the book with the same name, which was written in good old Marshall, Michigan, just 10 minutes south of Olivet.
Oh, snap. So we can beat up the person who made it in case we don't like it?
Probably not.
Oh. Because that's battery and assault, right?
Yes.
I need to remember those terms. The judge was very, very clear about them.
Apparently the house that this is based off of, though, which was the house the person was living in, I guess,
Yeah.
is still in Marshall, and you can visit it. It's kind of a destination, I guess, for people who really, really like the books.
So what you're saying is we're 10 minutes away from that place, so the tourists are going to pile in if they like the movie.
Yeah, possibly.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. It's doing okay right now. 63%. It's respectable.
I have 64 on my radar, but...
I mean, I'm sure it fluctuates up and down as reviews come in.
Yeah.
But, it's, regardless, mostly favorable.
Yeah. It's still... I don't know, it's an odd movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know what this reminds me of? Oddly enough, it reminds me of The Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Does it now?
There's the aesthetic of the movie.
I feel like it's supposed to be kind of similar.
I hope so.
In a sort of magic-y universe sort of a way.
Yeah. When are we getting the Harry Potter cinematic universe?
We kind of have that already, though.
Gross.
With the Fantastic Beasts, I guess now 2 movies.
Yeah, that's right.
I still think it's so weird to think about it that Johnny Depp is the villain in that series.
Yeah.
And he's not a terrible villain in it.
No, it's because Johnny Depp had more depth than...
It's Johnny Depp is in a movie that wasn't written and directed by Tim Burton.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's not Pirates.
There's only one. Let's be honest here. There was one good Pirates movie.
Black Pearl was really good.
Some of them were okay. There's only one properly good one, and it was the first.
I have a soft spot for 2.
2 is not bad.
Yeah.
But it is definitely, it steps down with each successive movie.
It really should not have been like a film franchise.
No.
Pirates 1 would have been just a great movie all on its own.
You're already basing an entire film series off of a freaking ride at Disney Park. You can only take it so far.
Like, I like the concept of Davy Jones, but at the same time, like, World's End was so...
weird and... The problem I think with it is that they just get so weird towards the end.
Yeah.
That it's just unnerving and...
They should have let Jack stay dead.
Yeah.
I'm saying it right now. Jack Sparrow fangirls, come kill me. I've already got all the women mad at me, so...
Mm-hmm. I get in the first one, you have the Curse of the Black Pearl.
Yeah.
But that's really the only supernatural thing in the movie. Is that one thing.
Mm-hmm. And it's a curse.
And it's a curse.
It's grounded in, mystery.
Yeah.
And then you get Davy Jones, who apparently can't live without his heart.
Yes.
Which is in a nice little box.
Yes. Which I think that is probably also based in some sort of, verifiable historical tales.
Yeah. Folklore.
But then, everything after that gets further and further and further and more derived.
There are crabs that turn into rocks.
Yeah. Yes. We watched the most recent one. You remember that? Last year.
Oh my gosh, we did watch that.
Yeah.
We didn't watch all of it. We watched that.
No, we didn't.
Cringy as hell opening scene.
It was so bad.
That first set piece.
It was awful. It was terrible. I don't know what it is, but there's something about 5th movies in series that just makes them awful.
That wasn't the 5th movie, dude.
You sure?
That was the 4th one.
Was it the 4th?
Yeah, because it was coming out to celebrate the 5th.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, never mind then.
Still,
it was bad.
We watched Spider-Man 3 before that, and, we were enjoying that one.
Oh, yeah. That's got some good camp to it.
That's because Spider-Man 3... Now, ready for this, everybody. Coming from a guy who unironically likes Wicker Man.
Mm-hmm.
Is a cinematic masterpiece.
No.
As a part of the greater Spider-Man Raimi trilogy, I say so.
So I've been watching, as you know.
Yeah.
I don't remember what his name is.
Cosmonaut
something?
Cosmonaut Variety Hour.
Yeah.
He does the...
And he does a review of them.
Yeah.
And I think he sums it up pretty well when he talks about them. They're all fun movies.
Yeah.
But none of them are good movies.
Spider-Man 2 is a good movie.
Spider-Man 2 is a good movie only because of J. Jonah Jameson.
You take that back. Alfred Molina is great in that film.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
for me, that's like the definitive highlight of that film.
I mean, I'm not saying he's better than J.K. Nowhere near J.K.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, the Spider-Man Raimi movies had perfect casting.
For the most part.
Name one. Okay.
Tobey Maguire.
I was actually going to say Topher Grace's Venom, but...
Yes, that too.
Tobey Maguire made a good Peter Parker.
No.
Yes, he did.
He did an okay. Okay, the only reason he's a good Peter Parker is because there's literally no basis to compare him against.
Tom Holland now, but...
Now, yeah. Yes, but at the time, he was the only one. Which, I mean, you couldn't really say, like, oh, he's not... okay, I would challenge anybody, watch Homecoming. Or not. Yeah, Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yeah.
And then watch the Raimi trilogy. It is some much-needed perspective. For me, Homecoming is the definitive Spider-Man just because it is so much better of a movie.
Homecoming is the best Spider-Man movie.
I love the Raimi movies just for the sheer ridiculousness and the camp of it.
Oh my god, they're perfect for that.
But I can't call them good movies because they're just not in my mind.
Okay, you know how I picture the Raimi movies? I always picture them as a 1960s Spider-Man cartoon. And that makes them infinitely more better.
That's probably a good way of doing it.
Yeah. Because when you have those memorable lines...
Yes.
Tell me you don't remember a single line from any of the Spider-Man movies. I'll wait.
I honestly don't, but I tend not to retain stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. The heart, Osborn! We go for the heart! Finish it! Dear Heavenly Father,
I will say, Willem Dafoe as the Green Goblin is perfect.
Oh yeah, it's just amazing.
Yeah.
What else was there? There was Doc Ock in the second movie. It's the benefit of science. It's the responsibility of science to advance humanity, not destroy it. Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spider-Man 2.
I didn't like Doc Ock as a character.
You're out of your mind, Gobby. Come on, that's a good one. You know it is. The glider.
I think we can all at the very least agree that the Raimi trilogy is better than the Amazing Spider-Man pair.
Okay, let's fun little challenge, ladies and gentlemen. Spider-Man movies, top 6 right now. Our hot takes. Worst Spider-Man movie. Go.
Amazing 2.
Amazing 2.
Yes.
Okay, have I ever told my story about Amazing 2?
No.
Went to the theater to go see it, like opening weekend, right?
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
I was in a packed theater.
What?
Yep. It's a Spider-Man movie, dude.
Yeah, but... Well, okay. Based on what I'm saying now, I think everyone can... I'll just say this now. Number 5 for me is the Amazing Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
And that's why I didn't see Amazing Spider-Man 2, because that one was just so bad in my mind.
I went into that movie without seeing Amazing Spider-Man 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's fair then.
Anyway, at the end of the film, I kid you not, Kyril, this is too dumb to make up, it got a standing ovation and applause.
Why?
Yeah!
Why would anybody give applause at the end of a commoner's movie in the first place?
At Amazing Spider-Man
so powerful.
2.
Such vision.
I think it's only because people really like that Rhino scene at the end. Which is actually a very poorly written scene, and it's terrible. That mother in that scene is a terrible parent.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Amazing 1.
And then Amazing 1.
Amazing Spider-Man as a duology is so incredibly awkward.
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield, no.
I like Andrew Garfield as an actor.
Yeah?
I think he does a good job. I think he just got a bad script.
You're not wrong.
It just seems like the direction in it was too absent.
When I watch those movies now, I feel like I'm watching a commercial.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know they were trying to set up their own cinematic universe at the time. And,
oh, yeah.
And none of it was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I really enjoy those movies is Emma Stone, but that's also because I have a crush on Emma Stone. But, like, I don't know. Nothing of it feels like Spider-Man. It just feels like hero movie, you know?
Yeah.
Next one. What would you say? 3?
Yeah, 3.
Yeah. The best part of that movie is the dancing scene.
Yeah.
The big choreographed dancing scene.
It's so dumb.
You mean it's so brilliant. Sam Raimi truly outdoes himself in that cinematic masterpiece.
I don't think I'd go that far, but sure.
Come on, you know it's right. Dude, one of these days, I want to get some, like, tap wires, strap them behind my back, and I want to do that whole scene from, like, the top.
It's just so
Get me
campy.
a theater and a stage, I'll do it.
I haven't seen that movie start to finish in a while.
Well, we called, like, the last
We call it, like, the
act.
last act.
Yeah.
I want to see it start to finish, though, because I think I've only seen it start to finish once.
I remember being a kid so hyped for that movie.
Yeah. And I feel like after watching the review of it and its pacing, because that's something that you don't notice when you're young.
Yeah.
You don't notice pacing.
No.
But it's something you can't not notice when you're older, I feel like.
Mm-hmm. One of the things I have against the first Spider-Man movie, the original, is that the pacing is incredibly fast in that movie.
The third one is, too.
Yeah.
I guess the pacing in the third one's not fast. It's just like scene, 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 scene.
Yeah.
Oh, we talk about John Carter too?
No.
Is that the right one? John Carter too. Let me check here, make sure I have the right one.
Okay.
So, not John Carter.
Oh.
Wrong film. Tom Cruise.
You were talking about Spider-Man.
Yeah, and Jack Reacher. That's what it is. We'll get to this in a second, but yes.
Okay. Then there's Spider-Man 2.
Yes.
Easily the second best.
Mm-hmm.
I really have nothing else to say other than it's Spider-Man 2.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that for Spider-Man 2, for me, I saw that in theaters as a kid.
Yeah.
Because I'm a little kid, I love my Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
I remember thinking, why does he stop being Spider-Man? That's the dumbest decision you ever made, Peter. And I was so upset at him. I hated him for the majority of the movie because of that. And then he becomes Spider-Man at the end. I'm like, oh! Look who decided to man up! Good job, Pete! Great power, great responsibility. Go and save MJ!
Yep.
Yeah. And then Homecoming, which you geek
It's
out about
amazing.
that movie all the time.
It's an amazing movie.
It's a really good movie.
It's, the thing with Marvel's, like, what is it, Phase 3?
Yeah, I think it's Phase 3.
Yeah. Like, almost all the movies in Phase 3 are just good movies.
Mm-hmm.
They're not good superhero movies, because before, I feel like almost all of them, you'd have to call them superhero movies.
Yeah.
You have to put them in that category.
Okay.
But with Ragnarok and Spider-Man Homecoming and
Black Panther
less so. It's a good movie, but it's very much a superhero movie. But especially with Ragnarok and Homecoming, they don't feel like superhero movies. They just feel like good movies.
I would say a lot of Phase 3 in itself are character studies more than actual movies.
Mm-hmm.
Because,
Yeah.
a lot of it is Thor, what makes Thor tick, let's see what happens when we take Thor away, what's he got at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's, Peter, take away the suit, what is he?
Yep.
How does he be Spider-Man? Is Spider-Man Peter,
Yep.
good
Yep.
stuff.
Also, Homecoming has the best Marvel villain.
Are we going to get into that fight right now?
Mm-hmm.
Thanos
We can.
is best.
I don't think so.
Okay, I will say
I
this.
think
Vulture is the most relatable villain.
Thanos is too short-sighted,
Okay.
which is one of his flaws. But I feel like if he thought about what he was doing more, rather than just blindly pursuing it, he would not be met with such resistance.
My thing with Thanos is I feel this guy is someone who lives deeply in his regrets, being that he couldn't save his people,
Yep.
and he's motivated by those regrets to the point where they possess him, and that's what
Maybe.
makes him such a force of nature.
But he had his opinions before his people died.
Yeah, but it's because his people died that he took them to an outrageous belief thinking he could have been their savior.
Maybe.
I'm not saying...
I don't know. I just feel like with the Vulture, you can't really disagree with what he's doing.
Yes, you can.
You can
it's
say that
morally
he's
wrong.
clearly a bad guy,
Yeah.
but the reason that he's doing it is like, yeah, I get that.
He's
I
very
get
relatable.
I get why you're doing what you do.
Yeah, he's relatable.
Well, I don't know if he's relatable. He's just understandable.
Well, I mean, like, I think he has a bit of a redemption at the end, especially when he has, like, the ability to tell everybody who Spider-Man is.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I feel like the Vulture has this sense of honor to him that most villains don't have.
Yeah, and I can respect that.
And to that extent, I think Thanos has that same exact kind of possibility, except he's a little unhinged from all the stuff he's gone through.
Yeah.
And how dedicated he is to his ideals. And to that's what scares me the most about him. That's what makes me feel intimidated by Thanos, is that anybody can be lost in their ideals. There's this quote by Jordan Peterson I listened to once. People don't have ideals. Ideals have people. Mm-hmm. And that's what I think Thanos embodies. And to me, as an individual, that scares me a little. And that's what I find so fascinating about the character. At least in the MCU, not, so much of the comics.
Yep.
Yeah.
I feel like for me, so with Thanos, in the scene on Titan, when he's fighting Stark and all of them, I want more of that. I want more of that Thanos.
Yes.
Because I really like that Thanos. And how he's like...
The unstoppable badass?
No. I like how he respects Tony Stark at the end of it. The end of that fight scene shows that he has humility.
Yes.
And I feel like if they showed that more, it would be better.
That's not a bad way of putting it.
Because for the rest of it, he just seems kind of like... just...
I also feel like there's very few
unlikable
people that Thanos actually respects.
Yes.
Tony being one of them.
Yes.
Yes. Because Tony's the one that also threw that nuke inside, the T'Chari warp hole and stopped Thanos' big plan in the first place.
Yep.
And he's got to be like, kid's got skills.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. There's another thing. I don't know. I also kind of liked Killmonger and Black Panther.
I did like him in that as well.
I've heard a lot of good allegories on how he's supposed to represent a lot of like the common black, connection to ancestry. That his ancestry was taken away to him, and he truly doesn't know where he's from.
Mm-hmm.
And to that, I think he's a great metaphorical thing. It's just that as a character, I felt he could be bland past that.
Yeah.
Like, I wish I got to know more of him.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me sad he was only in one movie.
Yes, that I will agree with. I wish that I wanted him to have a movie before that to set him up.
Yes.
Because I feel like his life up to that point is deserving of its own movie.
If we... okay, what would have been really cool? If we got, like, little, like, back and forth between him and Black Panther and in Civil War.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like... I get his motivations, and they really, they spell out his motivations pretty clearly.
Yeah.
But I feel like they shouldn't have to spell them out.
No.
You should have seen them for yourself.
Yes. I would have loved to seen him grow up without parents, face the harshness of reality, and watch that contort him from an innocent boy to this guy who's willing to kill to get whatever he wants, to the point where he's going to take over a whole country.
Yeah. I would have loved to have had a Marvel movie of just Killmonger and his, like, formulative experiences while he was in the military.
Yeah.
That would have been... amazing.
See how he got the scars?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That would have been really cool. And, like, to that extent, I don't know. There's some more villains I would like to see more of. Like, I wish they would have fleshed out Helena a little bit more in Ragnarok.
Yeah, I didn't really like her in that. She just seemed too all-powerful.
I liked her more as a concept than I actually liked her as a character.
Yeah.
Because, like, this is Thor's sister.
Yeah, yeah.
Wouldn't it be cool to compare and contrast them a little bit more?
Yeah, other than just her being vastly superior in every way.
Yeah. I would have liked it if, since Ragnarok I consider more of a character study of Thor, if they would have, like, made her more as Thor how he was at the beginning of the MCU.
Yeah, I like the way they introduce it.
Yeah.
How, Thor is so reliant on his hammer that as soon as he loses his hammer, he's nothing, and he's cast off into the junk world, and Ragnarok happens and all that.
Yeah.
I just wish at the end it wasn't just Suitor just destroys everything.
I kind of like that because it outwits her and it sets it up like well at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, but I wish that they would have had that difference between Thor being so reliant on, I guess, his past with the hammer, to Thor being reliant on himself at the end of the movie.
Oh,
and having that translate into
the god things he could do.
Yes, and then using that to maybe not fully defeat,
like go
Hela
on level with her.
Yeah,
yeah,
and they never really have that.
No, you're right. And it's a cool concept, really.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I don't know. I wanted more Ragnarok. It makes me sad we're not getting a Thor 2, but we do have Thor: The Dark World. That's a sad, sad words that just left my mouth.
Yeah.
I like Doctor Strange too, but I can't really name a villain in that one other than Dormammu.
I haven't seen Doctor Strange.
Really, it's on Netflix, I think.
I don't have Netflix.
Well, that's what I have, kiddo.
From what I've heard, though, from the reviews I've heard, is that it's a good movie for people who already know who Doctor Strange is.
Yeah.
But on its own merits, it's not as good.
You know, as someone who knew who Doctor Strange was, I kind of feel that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I felt like it was a great movie for the fans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I still haven't seen Guardians 2, though.
Guardians 2 is quite good.
Yeah?
I think I have it.
Cairo, guess what? They have Spider-Man 3 on Netflix.
Do they?
You know what we're watching when we get home? The ballroom scene. No. I also wish they would try doing another Hulk movie. Granted, it's never worked out well for them in the past, but...
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It'd be kind of cool. And we just started spouting off about the MCU. Isn't that strange? There's a lot to talk about in that movie series.
That's quite a bit.
Yeah.
Speaking of Marvel, though, today, I know you try to shy away from trailers.
Yeah.
But they did have an official Captain Marvel trailer today.
Yep.
And
I heard about that.
I watched it. I like it.
I'm excited for Captain Marvel.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
In the trailer, they show good old Samuel L. Jackson with 2 eyes.
Hey! We all knew that was happening.
I love seeing him, like, not being, like, an all-encompassing badass for once. And
Yeah.
just being a guy who happens to be in the right place. I think that's going to be a really interesting part of it.
Yeah. I kind of hope it's like a buddy cop movie.
Mm-hmm. I just want to see Samuel L. Jackson just being a dude.
Yeah. I want to see like that one moment where he just like loses his eye and goes straight up Nick Fury.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
That'd be so amazing.
That would be good.
Yep.
So they have the date on that is March 2019.
Okay.
So I think, Infinity War Part 2, probably going for a holiday 2019 release, I'd bet.
No, it's in summer.
Oh, is it really that soon?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
That's really quick.
Well, yeah, they kind of were filming it, and then like what they did was they filmed Infinity War first, sent that off to the editing bay, and then they filmed Avengers 4 like during the same production schedule.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, May 3rd, 2019.
Wow, that's gonna be sounds like 2 months in between. That's crazy.
Isn't it? I will say Marvel does pace out their movies well. I just fear the times when like they come so fast that people are going to get so sick of them. Sick.
Yep. Ugh. Pardon me.
Yeah, pardon you. And then I think we got Spider-Man Far From Home as well coming out. Far From Home.
MCU.
Yeah, that's coming in July of 2019.
What?
Yep.
It's all going too fast. Future. So future we have... Yeah. They still have... Oh, and Guardians 3. TBA.
If that's going to happen.
It's in development. That's what they're saying.
But they threw away the
so
script.
Captain Marvel and Avengers Infinity War Part 2 are the end of Phase 3.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm really excited for the Captain Marvel one because that's a character I've really wanted like in the MCU for a while now.
Yep.
Ever since they announced Brie Larson, I'm like, that's perfect casting. Thank you. Thank you, Marvel. I just hope she doesn't show up and it's the Captain Marvel show in Avengers 4. You know? Part of the strengths of those movies is that they do feel like a collaborative effort. So, hopefully they don't mess it up.
Hopefully.
Because I know how fast the comics can get away with Captain Marvel show. You want to hear something disturbing? Tom Holland is 1 month older than me, and he looks like he's half my age.
Guy's crazy. Crazy talented.
I'm jealous.
It's remarkable.
Yeah. I wish I could look that young. It must suck, though, because every time he has to go to a bar, he's not even allowed in.
I mean, he just has to show his ID.
But I'm Spider-Man. More like Spider Boy. Oh, please. Let me in. I'm Tom Holland, who's British. Did you not know that?
I feel like a lot of people probably don't, actually.
Yeah, Tom Holland's British, folks.
Who is he?
What's up?
He was in the... hold on. I'm going to Wikipedia here.
Okay.
IMDb, Wikipedia. So, did you ever see the movie The Impossible?
No.
It has Ewan McGregor and Naomi Watts. Tom Holland is... That can't be right.
What?
It says Tom Holland is in it.
Okay.
Oh my god, he does. He plays the older brother in The Impossible. So for anybody who's seen it, I did not know that. That is shocking. Because in that was 6 years ago, and in that movie he looks like he's like 10 years old.
Okay.
10 or 12 years old, which he was not at that point, of course. So that's crazy.
He was in a Studio Ghibli localization as well.
Which one?
Secret World of Arnia? Yeah. I'm on Twitter right now. I'm looking up all these, like, famous superhero Twitters. And they all have, like, their banner is, like, the superhero they play.
That's cool.
So Ryan Reynolds has Deadpool, Tom Holland has Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. Downey Jr.'s got, Iron Man. Chris Evans has his dog. Never mind. You ruined it, Chris.
Are you ready for this?
What?
Wait, let me check here. So, Spider-Man was first in Civil... Okay. Civil War... Oh, wait, no, Thor wasn't in Civil War.
He was not.
So, Infinity War... I guess they don't ever meet in that either.
Nope.
Thor and Spider-Man don't meet in that.
Nope.
So, the actors, Hemsworth and Tom Holland, were both in a movie together in 2015.
Really?
Yeah.
What movie?
In the Heart of the Sea.
Okay.
That's the Moby Dick movie, I think.
Okay.
Fun fact.
Have you seen people make comics out of, like, Thor and Spider-Man interacting?
No.
It's kind of cute, I'm not gonna lie, yeah. In, like, a dorky way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's like, Man of Spider, why are you a boy? Oh, man, look at the time, wow.
Yep, we're coming up on the end.
Kind of a diatribe thing where we just pick a topic and we just talk real long about it, isn't it?
Yeah, kind of was, but I feel like we didn't run into the problem that we sometimes get where we sort of get to the end of something and don't know where to go with it.
Yeah.
So, that's good.
Yeah, very fluid.
I'm happy with that.
Happy. Feeling glad. Got sunshine. In a bag I'm useless. But not for long, my future is coming on, it's coming on, it's coming on. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, now that you said it, you jinxed us. We have 3 minutes left, and I don't know what to say.
So, I will say this for anybody who is in Gruen Chemistry Society right now. A reminder that we do have a public, I guess not a public event, but we have an outing this Friday. Mm-hmm. So, contact people.
Should we talk about the guild?
Yeah, we can talk about that. So,
we gilded.
I am currently the president of the guild. I think you're on as vice president for now.
Yeah.
And good old Chancel's on there, secretary.
I want to make a sexy secretary joke, but I'm like, Chance is like the one thing in this world I'm not attracted to. Oof. Sorry, Chance, but I'm straight.
But the guild is back together. We are looking at meeting on Fridays from 8 until about midnight, or as long as it takes. Mm-hmm. So we'll see how that pans out. All things going according to plan, the first meeting should be on the 5th of October. It's Friday.
Yay.
There is a fundraiser event that I know that Jake Schuler and his group are working to coordinate on the 27th of October. It's a Saturday, so it should be a fun time. What
are they raising funds for?
I don't remember. It is for a charitable organization.
I was about to say, a good cause?
Yes, it's a good cause.
Yay.
And they're planning another one in January for a similar idea.
Cool.
Yep, so it should be a good time.
Gaming for a cause.
Olivet students, and I guess faculty probably too, should see an email in the next week or so with more specific details about the first meeting.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you know if you do that, Professor Paz is going to come down. Can we
It's
talk about
whatever.
Professor Pat for a second? He threatened.
Literally a second. Yeah.
Yeah, he threatened us, saying he's going to bring his 13 good magic decks and just stomp us.
Yeah, he's just gonna bring a briefcase with 3 massive master locks on it.
Yeah.
And it's just gonna be like slow dramatic
Yeah.
1 lock.
He's threatened this to us.
He's gonna, because he's been playing this for many times longer than we have.
Longer than all of us combined.
Yeah, yeah. And he'll just wipe the floor with us because he's got more money. And
It's almost like Magic's a flawed game.
what is this pay-to-win garbage?
The original loot boxes.
Yeah, right.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, they kind of are.
They really are.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a good topic for next week.
Yep. And it will have to be next week because that brings us to the end of the program.
In the meantime, I'm the infamous Orion, and I've been a Schmo.
I'm Cairo, and I've been a Schmo.
And this has been the 2 Schmo Show, ladies and gentlemen. Say goodnight, Orion.
Good night, Orion.
There you go. I was going to say it myself, but he beat me to it.